Alrighty guys, it is time to finish Junie B Jones. I know that I didn't post a video for Thursday. I totally forgot again. So the last thing that happened was that she cleaned up her juice driblets with her gown, her graduation gown, and then she decided to color purple polka dots all over it. Alright, getting ready. Room 8 and Room 9 practice graduation together. We practice on the stage in the auditorium because a stage is where people get diplomas, of course. Mrs. showed everyone how to walk up the steps without tripping. She played music for us to march in with. And guess what? Room 9 marched better than Room 8, except Polly Allen Puffer, who kept bowing real silly, and Lenny, who kept stepping on people's heels. Plus, Shy William ran out of the auditorium and down the hall, and Gus Filoni had to chase him around the parking lot. After that, Principal talked to William a real long time. Plus, also, his mother was called in, I believe. I am not like William, I told Lucille and Grace. I'm not even nervous to walk across that stage, hardly. Me either, said that Grace. I'm not even nervous of walking on that stage, hardly either. Lucille fluffed her fluffy hair. My Nana says I was born to be on stage. She said, Nana says that people enjoy me looking at me because I am a feast for their eyes. After that, Lucille wrinkled her nose very cute and kept skipping around and around in a circle. Grace and I watched her for a real long time. Then, finally, Lucille stopped skipping and all of us hugged and hugged. 'Cause we were the bestest 3 friends I ever even saw. Graduation week went by very fast. Friday night came in a jiffy, and I felt so excited I couldn't even eat my dinner that good. I got down from my chair, and I ran and ran all over the house. Settle down, said Daddy. Settle down, said Mother. Settle down, I hollered. Then I laughed real loud, 'cause I'm a hoot, that's why. Finally, it was time to go. Mother got my graduation box off of the top of the refrigerator, and I jumped up and down. Let me carry that, Mother. Please, please, please. I want to carry my box to Room 9 all by myself. That's 'cause that's where all of us are getting dressed. Mother handed me the box, and Daddy said, settle down, again. And all of us drove to my school. Grandma and Grandpa Miller met us in the parking lot, and I hugged them hello, and I zoomed to Room 9 speedy fast. And guess what? All the children from morning and afternoon kindergarten were getting ready together. And I ran through the door. It's me, people! It's Junie B Jones! I am here for graduation! Lucille and Grace came rushing over, and they were already wearing their caps and gowns, and they looked marvelous, I tell you. Hurry up, Junie B, said Lucille. Hurry up and put on your cap and gown. Our teacher is going to take our picture. Yes, said that Grace. Hurry, hurry! She quick grabbed my box away from me and took out my cap and gown, and Grace did a gasp. Oh no, Junie B, what happened? She said. What happened to your cap and gown? My stomach felt squeezy and sickish because that outfit looked spottier than I remember. Put it down, Grace, I said. Don't show people. I don't want anyone to notice. Lucille laughed very hard. But that's so dumb, Junie B, she said. How could people not notice? You colored big purple splotchies all over your graduation clothes. I did a huffy breath at that girl. Those are not big splotchies, Lucille. I said, those are purple polka dotties, and I drew them to blend in my juice dribbles. And that is a whole different ballgame, madam. Just then, some of the children heard me yelling, and they turned to look. Great, Lucille, I said. Now look what you did. You called attention to myself, and now I can't even blend in. After that, I quick grabbed my graduation gown and I ran to the back of the room. Then I heard a voice. Junie B Jones? I looked to the front of the room and it was my teacher. Mrs. stretched out her neck to look back at me. Is there a problem back there, Junie B? She asked. I shook my head real fast. No, Mrs., no, I said. There's no problem, I promise. And please do not come back here, and I mean it. Mrs. came back there. And what do you know? All of Room 9 came with her. Mrs. took my cap and gown out of my hands, and the children laughed and laughed at that thing. What kind of dumb gown do you call that? Said Meanie Jim. I know, said Polly Allen Puffer. It's the kind of gown that a clown would wear. Yeah, shouted Jim. It's a purple spotty clown gown. After that, the laughing got harder and louder, and I put my hands over my ears to keep it out of my head, and then I tried to tell them about Raggedy Larry and the driblets and my purple-colored marker, and my nose started running very much, and I couldn't even talk that good. Finally, I started to cry, and guess what? Nobody laughed anymore. All right, so this is the last chapter, and it's called The Time of My Life. Mrs. took me into the hall, and she wiped my face with a tissue, and we talked about my graduation gown. Mrs. said I would look darling in that dotty thing, 'cause purple is her favorite color, plus grape juice is her favorite kind of drink. And I kept on crying, 'cause I didn't actually buy it, that's why. Pretty soon, Mother and Daddy came hurrying to Room 9, and they brought Grandpa Miller with them, and their eyes popped out at my spotty-dotty gown. I'm sorry, I said. I'm sorry. Please don't yell at me, I said, because I'm already crying, see? Plus, wearing this dumb clown gown will be punishment enough. Mother and Daddy didn't yell, and they said they would talk about this problem later. After that, Mother helped me put on my cap and gown, and she hugged me very nice, and Daddy grinned, and he said I looked cute in dots. She does look cute, said Grandpa Miller, and not only that, but when she goes on stage, she'll be easy to spot. And he winked at me. I did a giggle because that man is a silly joker, that's why. Finally, Mrs. patted me. Are you feeling better now, Junie B? She asked. Are you ready to go back inside and be with your friends? I shrugged, kind of worried. She sure is, of course she is, said my grandpa. My goodness, this is Junie B Jones. And after that, he stood me straight and tall, and he faced me to my classroom, and I breathed in a big breath, and me and Mrs. went back into room 9. Polly Allen and Jim jumped at me. Surprise, they hollered. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, hollered my best friend Grace, and I looked at those people very shocked, and then my mouth came all the way open, 'cause they had dots on their clothes just like mine. That Grace skipped all around. It was Jim's idea, Junie B, she said. Jim said that all of us should have spots too, then you will feel better. So Polly Allen Puffer found the markers, and we colored our caps and gowns just like yours. Graces looked at Mrs. See us, teacher? Aren't we beautiful? I colored red spots, and Jim colored blue spots, and Polly Allen Puffer colored green spots, she said. Just then William raised his hand. And I'm coloring orange spots, he said, kind of soft. And I'm coloring lavender spots, said Charlotte. And I'm coloring pink spots, said my bestest friend Lucille, 'cause pinks brings out the natural blush of my cheeks. Mrs. smiled, and her smile kept on getting bigger. Well, Junie B Jones, she said finally, what do you think about all of this, My face turned very joyful. I think I love these people. That's what I think, I hollered. Then Jim said, gross. Look, everybody has spots on their caps and gowns. And Polly Allen Puffer said, gross, too. After that, all of room 9 laughed and laughed, and this time, even me. Graduation finally got started, and the room 8 teacher walked up the steps of the stage and said hello to all of the people. Then Mrs. walked up the steps of the stage too, and she was still smiling. Families and friends, I've been a teacher for a very long time, she said, but in all of my years of teaching, these are some of the most colorful graduates I've ever seen. Mrs. held out her arms. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present the graduates of room 8 and room 9. And just then the music started and all the children walked into the auditorium. The audience chuckled at us, very happy. Room 9 chuckled back at them. After that, all of us sat in our special chairs and both the teachers talked and talked some more. And then finally it happened. Mrs. started calling our names. One by one, we walked up on the stage and we got our diplomas. And good news! Polly Allen Puffer did not bow real silly. Lenny did not step on people's heels. And Shy William did not run away. It was the time of our life, I tell you. I felt a billion feet tall up there. And when Mrs. gave me my diploma, she shook my hand real nice, and she said, I'm going to miss you, Junie B. She said, you're truly one of a kind. Thank you, Mrs. I said, you are truly one of a kind, too. After that, my Grandpa Frank Miller did a loud whistle, and my mother and Daddy clapped very proud. And here is the happiest news of all. When graduation was over, room 9 did not even have to say goodbye to each other, because all of us are coming back to this same school for first grade, so we can play at recess just like Mother said. And guess what else? I can't wait to see those guys again, because we will be best friends forever and ever, and always, and I mean it. Alrighty, guys, that was the end of Junie B Jones and the end of kindergarten. There's another video for today, and it's just a super special video of me saying goodbye to everybody, and then that will be it, and you guys are all done. Alright, bye. I love you guys.